It's the one and only Ole aka Son of Zeus. Welcome to the Day with the Stew podcast, episode 1, YouTube. And man, shout out to everybody who's been responding and giving the feedback along the intro promo that I posted on Instagram. Yeah, man, like I say, just trying to throw vibes, share information, help inspire those who are in need of this type of involvement, innovativeness, positivity, optimism, and so forth. There's a lot of things that are happening in the world, a lot of discouragement, a lot of depression, a lot of self-harm, substance abuse, even if it's water itself, there's a whole lot of living beyond our means, scarcity, just being self-indulged, within our inner souls, and people are very prevalent or promoted to actually blame external sources that surround them as an excuse when the results themselves need to be defined within your own well-being, your own core, to actually look in the mirror and don't just see what seems to appear. See what you see through your perspective in line with what you believe. So people just need to wake up, It's just sometimes the people that are speaking to us, we don't really gravitate to their tone, maybe the way they deliver the message, maybe the words that are being said to begin with, or just the energy just doesn't seem to click or link with your current status or your current base and belief forum or systematic oasis. Yeah, man. So, yeah. I was supposed to have a guest, but for reasons unknown, according to their side, it was an initiative point, but they were never serious to begin with. So a day before the show, when I confirmed that, hey man, we need to schedule what time we're going to be doing this thing at. Preferably, I'd like to shoot guests in their own location because I believe that way it makes a person more comfortable. And if you're in control of your environment, basically you are more prompt to actually feel much more safe and actually in control of whatever actions you may produce or whatever circumstances may appoint you with. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the terms of rights. Should anything go out of hand in terms of security reasons, you are in your ground, you're in within your bar. Not like I'm that type of dude, fuck that, I don't have energy. Excuse my tone for the younger viewers, but reality is reality. You gotta stay up with the time. And this is happening outside. I'm not about to shut it down over here. However, I do not promote it. I am working on it. So yeah, that didn't happen. So I figured you know what? It's the first episode, why not actually go on your own, dive in terms of who you are about and what we had planned to discuss, it's really the first time I'm actually doing this thing on an actual visual scale, and I won't lie, it's been a hell of a challenge, doing this thing on a singularity point. It's not that easy, and the reason why I like the engagement is that you get some sort of different perspective. It gives you guys, the viewers and commentators, the different sides of a point or an initiative, and you can see how dialogue should be manifested, whether you're in a committed relationship or friendship or co-worker situation, clientele type of vibes, always how to keep yourself calm in all critical mass situations where you need to be logical in decision making. Don't let your emotions take the better points of you to initiate protocol based on nerves or uncomfortability and stress receptors. So yeah, man. It's been an interesting week, last week of March, it's been an interesting week. My laptop got busted, I was working on my way home, and along the bridge from the crossing towards the old parliament, don't really remember what the road's name is called, but around those ranges, for those of you who may know, around Maftan, as I said. Negate, and then it caught me off guard halfway into the bridge, and I figured there's no return back. There isn't any cover. Now I had a decision to make: take off my shirt, cover the laptop. Mind you, prior to that statistic, the rain was coming from the front, so I knew at some point I'm gonna get caught by this. Hence is why by the time I got home, eventually I was so wet Like, no joke, I literally looked like I dove out of a pool. Like, I literally jumped out of a pool. That's how wet I was. So I was like, damn, I don't even know if this shit actually worked out. And then to find out the next day that, fuck it, it needs some extra time to require further diagnostic. Shout out to my nigga Guru, aka Muhammad. Yeah, man, one of my brother's friends, he told me that I should put in a bag of rice. I know about the phones. I just don't know what the laptop move is the way forward. But I'm trying it out. I'll see how the results go. It should take about 2 weeks to a month, so I'm told. I'll see what happens. If it doesn't, I'll just go along the route of what a specialist showed me on YouTube and so forth. I'm not sure about the channel's name. However, I'll let you guys know maybe in the link when I do remember. So yeah, keep in touch in case you have some sort of issues like that and you are then involved in tech. Otherwise, stick to your local sale wherever you bought it shop and then let them deal with such things. Yeah, man. So one of my co-workers are partners in the online news which we have in Mafikeng. It's called Northwest Youth Online News. Yeah, it's all shit on WordPress, articles written by, the journalist, aka goes by the name of Clement Oliphant. You should check him out if you don't know. However, yeah, he is stationed by the crossing just opposite the Soul Garage. You guys should actually check him out there. Very talented guy, very creative, very inspiring. And, yeah, man, trying to build something, get a network where, offer the youth some sort of standard of information. Cause we do know y'all don't really read newspapers like that. Y'all want to magazines and online type of basis. So that is the type of prompt we're actually jumping into in order to, help people keep aware and informed, because you never know who might actually need this information. Because the interesting thing about it is that you gotta understand, not everything you do, say, and deliver is gonna go to the right person. However, it takes patience for you to keep going on and find the souls that are in need for that type of service. And then therefore, whatever you have retained can actually be passed on and further reproduced or enlightened through the legacy which has been set, whether you had actually inherited it or you were the beginning stages in terms of inventive, if I should say. So you gotta keep that in mind. Sometimes I know how it is. You just try to talk to people and they don't get through to you. So you gotta make choices. Either you gotta cut them off or keep looking for others, or you can cut them off and stay in your solitary confinement and know that it's gonna die with you. Therefore, you didn't really output your most potential. And you don't want the ghost of your reality hitting you up in your last moments of breathing that you had a choice. This is a life that you could have had, and yet you just chose to succumb to circumstances rather than actually overcome all these obstacles. You feel me? So yeah. That's basically that, man. It's just been a weird ass week, accidents happen and that's about it. I'm working on a point system because, it was supposed to be, like I said, an engagement type of podcast, but I'm winging it. I think I'm doing all right. I think I'm doing all right. It's not that bad. And, let's just keep going and see what's popping. I do want to cut it under 15 minutes though, Depending on the interviews, I might push it to 20. However, I do know people have things they want to do. They got time on their hands. So it's going to take a lot to keep your niggas out here engaged and, captivated. But let's get the points that are mattered across, and, no need to be BSing around the corner. A couple of jokes here and there. It's cool. I'm cool for entertainment. Don't get me wrong. As long as it's educational, I'm good. Being a witty type of dude, I especially like comedians, fucking damn good skill. Trust me. So yeah, man. One other thing we need to talk about, the lack of gratitude. Not a lot of people are prevalent of understanding where people come from, especially within their heart rather than their mind, on what they have to go through in order to give off without anything in return, without expectations. Like, form willingly humane as possible, The fact that somebody's in need and you go out your way to put them on and they lack the gratitude which is required in either way possible. I don't need you to show me that you are grateful. I just need you to show yourself what that means to you. And if you're not able to actually self-act on it, it's what is the point of me assisting or aiding or keep on doing all these things if you won't even give yourself a chance to understand what it is that is being processed? Ask questions if you don't know what the intentions are, you know what I'm saying? Because at most time, it's a matter of, hey, you seem like you have a bigger problem than I would be having. So why would I not assist you? I am capable of doing that. And if you are capable of helping somebody with something out and you are in the process or perimeters of actually doing that type of solution, go at it, go at it. If they get defensive and they choose not to participate with you, it's cool. That's on them. But don't walk away and assume that they will figure it out, or you know what, it's not the best time to do it. You're not in the mood type of thing. Again, going back to feelings versus logic. This is not feminist type of vibes, Now there is a masculinity in this. We're talking about logic. So you need to put those things in mind when you come up with when you come into such situations in life, you feel me? So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. People just need to be a lot more grateful of where they are from what they have in order to get to what they don't have. And it's the work ethic that's actually demoting. Not even, demoting is a word that sounds like it's being enforced. Deteriorating within themselves, that they can actually accomplish such things, I've done impossible things. I'm still surprised I'm here on this earth today. I'm grateful though. Shout out to the man upstairs because he's been doing the most. I don't even know how I keep going most of the time. And I've been way beyond my reserves. But I'm still kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like today alone. I mean, that's another topic for another day. It's still early. We don't want to get too deep right now. Just want y'all to get it. A feel of this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just persevere, be persistent, keep yourself intact. Yeah, man. Another thing I wanted to cover was, commitment issues, females and the niggas that we hang in the circles with, whether it be your female friends with the guy that you're interested with, vice versa, don't matter. The sex that's taking a different look, man. Long story short, I'm done chasing bitches, bro. I'm done chasing bitches. I'm looking for a wife, but I ain't trying to get married anytime soon. So I'm open to the dating aspect of compatible, or what's the word I would look? Applicable wifey material. And depending on how that goes, they could be the steps towards getting the actual person that I'm supposed to be in line with. Time will always be on my side. You guys do know, men inherit, men work and create to get that type of vibe. You all retain and you're on a clock. So you need to cover, or rather execute your selection in the male that is genuine to his optimal growth at the highest point, elitefully speaking. You feel me? You just can't just get with a guy because what the mistake is? A lot of y'all are asking niggas what they do, like how much they got, where they work, whether they got cars or do they got their own places. I don't hear nothing about saying a nigga's vision. What does that take you, or where would that lead him? You guys always fall for the trap by not understanding the path that this man has set up in order to acquire the best version of his lifestyle in the long-term run. It's all about what you see and all these flashy lifestyle situations where it's an ominous social media world where literally it's like you're already in the metaverse, which hasn't happened yet. Last time I checked, Facebook, you need to update me on that. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this, but yeah, that type of vibe, not a lot of people ask people what the hell they doing, where they trying to get in life, and what is their primarily optimal vision. They don't. And here you are getting all surprised saying all these niggas is hoes, all these niggas is dogs. We a bunch of fucking boys. I ain't gonna go too much on that. I've been around those parks, but it is what it is. We gotta play something, what I'm saying? Experience does come from a long way. And yeah. However, like I said, you fail because you don't really look into what the person has in his long-term goals, what they're trying to aspire to be. Hence is why these things don't work, or they end up in such negative aspects. And it's fucking sad, man. I've seen a lot of good candidates appearance-wise, visually speaking. However, character-wise or attitude, in terms of the approach and mannerisms, you could see that they are so defensive, or they're just over their head. They got this boss babe mentality. It's like they're so overly gratified by the outside world that they literally believe they're these queens. Who is a queen without a kingdom to run? Who are your followers? What orders are you giving? What responsibilities do you have to control a village, let alone a nation itself? I mean, what happened to the king? Because last time I checked, for a queen to even exist, a king needs to appoint a princess through marital or is it rich? No, can't be ritual. Ceremonial type of vibes. So I don't know where this logic comes in. Niggas ain't walking around. I ain't walking around there calling myself a king with the no crown on my head.